Welcome back, guys. That first little clip was the car reaching its 500 mile on the engine. I think I drove a total of 25 miles in pure automatic, the rest 475 miles in manual. So anyhow, I know it's kind of a boring clip, but it only happens once if you get a new car, so I thought I could just show it. Anyhow, I just want to talk about some interior pieces today that I did on the car. They're kind of minor, except for one. The first one I want to talk about is my car didn't come with that little center marker on the steering wheel, on the top of the steering wheel, and I kind of like that. I kind of like the appearance of it. So I was trying to find something that I could use for a marker that wouldn't look too tacky. So I decided upon these marking tapes. These are 3M products. They're electrical marking tapes. You can find them at Home Depot. I think they're about $7 a roll, and you can also get them at electrical supply stores. It worked out great. I tried it in yellow, and I tried the gray, and we like the gray the best with the interior that we have, and it really doesn't look hacky or anything. And what's nice about it is if you get some wear on that stripe, or if it starts to get dirty, just peel it off and put a new one on. So I'm going to show you what this tape looks like on my steering wheel. You can get this tape in almost any color you want. There's blues and red, yellow, orange. So you might want to try it if you don't have any marking on your wheel, because actually the width of this stuff is almost perfect for the steering wheel, and I think it looks pretty good. So let's take a look. So here it is wrapped on the wheel. I don't think it looks bad at all. Like I said, if you ever, if it ever gets dirty or starts to wear, just peel it off and put a new piece on. And for me, the gray looked really nice with the rest of the interior. So you might want to consider it. I mean, if you don't have any marker on there and you'd like to put a marker on your wheel, this seems like a good alternative. Another thing I did in the interior pertained to the headrest of the car. I mean, when you look at the headrest, it just has like that embossed area, where the cross flags are, the logo for the Corvette. It doesn't show up very well, and then, as you come back, it looks kind of plain. And then Corvette Mods had these flags that you could put on the headrest. As you can see just briefly the other one, and I'll show you what this headrest looks like with the flags on it. And there's the headrest now with the flags on. It covers the embossed area pretty darn good. It's not perfect, but you really have to get up there and take a close look to see how it covers the exact embossed area. But I think it really adds to the interior with those cross flags in there, especially my car, because it's the light colored gray. It doesn't have any contrasting stitching on the headrest, and these things made a big difference. One thing I really don't care for too much with the interior, if there's anything to gripe about, is that area between the seats, that place for your phone, for charging purposes. I mean, all I have is an old flip phone. That's all I'm ever going to have. And so my wife tried using her phone, but her case is too big and doesn't really fit in there or whatnot. So it's the only spot that's kind of an eyesore for me, because I don't understand the styling of it. So I wanted something else in that area that would look nicer if it was all possible. So I found a company, RPI Designs. I think probably most of you guys have heard of it. And I think I ordered it through PFYC, Parts for Your Car. And so you can get it in your body color, which I did with the Accelerate Yellow, but you can get it in all 12 colors, I think, but you know, I decided to go with the body color of the car. And so the finish of it is very nice. I mean, it's painted well, it looks really nice, but I'm still kind of stuck on how to really install this so that it sticks properly, because it's very snug on that area when you push it up under the speaker cover and then try to push it back. It has a tendency to want to push back out. So I've got to call into them, and I want to find out exactly what to use, or to find out exactly what to use to install this piece. But I set it in there temporarily just to see how it was going to look. What a difference it makes in the interior. This looks really nice in there. So I just want to be able to install this thing properly. What you want to do to install this waterfall is run your seats forward, tilt the backs forward, so you have access to the back compartment, because you're going to have to most likely stand in there to get this thing on. So once you're inside, you want to pop, cover up a little. You'll feel the resistance, and then it'll pop, and you just lift it. That's so you can get this thing slid underneath. And I'm just going to show you temporarily how this looks. Going to lift. You want to lift the waterfall up as high as you can. Push it in as far as you can, and make sure that the glove box door goes past it. If you don't get it just right, the door will hang up. The problem is, it wants to pop off. You get it on just right, you say, oh, that's good, but it wants to pop off. So there's got to be a way, double-sided tape or something, to fasten this to the sides of this part of the upper console area. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like temporarily and how it makes an improvement, at least to me, in this car. It just looks much more finished to me than the way it was. Well, I lined the waterfall with some 3M double-sided tape. I'm going to try that and see if I can get this to hold. Okay guys, I've got the waterfall in the car right now. It's not exactly how I'd like it. What's happening is, even the double-sided tape that I used, when I got it finally in there and pushed on, there's so much pressure on this waterfall that it pops back off. In other words, like the upper console's flared out like this, and so is the waterfall, but it's not flared or big enough. It doesn't just slip over the existing console, that upper console. You got to actually put a lot of pressure on to get that thing over that existing upper console, to get flat up back against the carpet and that. And what it wants to do is, because there's so much pressure, it wants to pop back off. Even with double-sided tape, the tape isn't strong enough to hold it in place, and it eventually works its way off. Or it comes, well, not totally off, but at least an inch, maybe 2 inches, where it's popping right off. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I've got to call in. I wrote into RPI. I've got to call in to PFYC. So I'm waiting back on a return call. I haven't gotten any email return from RPI, so I'm hoping there's an answer to this. So in addition to the waterfall that you get, the fiberglass waterfall, they also give you a couple of these strips. There's 6 of these little Velcro strips. There's no adhesive backing or anything like that I don't know how you're supposed to use them. I mean, to hold that waterfall in place. So I've just been experimenting with the double-sided tape, trying to keep working it. I'm not having a whole lot of luck, but I'm going to keep trying. It looks great. I'll show you some of the, a couple of updated pictures so you can see the comparison between having that waterfall and the plain area for the Charger. I really like it, but I just cannot get this thing to really install the way I want it to. So anyhow, guys, I'll keep you updated if anything develops, and then I guess I'll talk to you later.